All right, what's going on, game? Welcome to the first ever ground game. That's what we're going to call it, the ground game. Got to pound the rock. The ground game status update edition, status update, ground game edition, edition one, ground game status update. You get the gist. We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina for the last ever Wells Fargo Championship. Hell of a run. Anytime a big bank bows out, especially one with the prestige and squeaky clean history of Wells Fargo, whenever it bows out of the sponsorship game, it's a sad day. Here's what's going to happen. Got many questions about this. What is this travel series, ground game, ground report, whatever you want to call it, ground game? What's it going to be like? I'll tell you what. I have a little green notebook. I bring it to every tournament. It's in my back pocket. I have a pen in my hand. Most of the times, clicking it, little ADD, ADDC, ACCDC. You get the gist. I just write notes. Whatever pops up, something I see, scribble it down. Something I think of, scribble it down. I got like 10 bullet points so far. It actually started on the way here, if we're being quite frank. I'm in my hotel at the moment. AC's humming. Came into the room, 72 degrees. We're trying to get that down to 67, I think. Ice Taylor gang. First time in my life. Room right next to the elevator. I can hear the ding every fucking time. It's brutal, but we're gonna fight through it. Uh, the Green Book, which outlines the ground game. Let's start on the right here. Taking 77 up, Charlotte. Little rain, little liquid on the ground, some moisture on the asphalt. And when I tell you I haven't seen this many single car accidents in my life, I kid you not. Four. Four. It's a 3 hour drive, 200 miles, pretty much. One guy, I wish I was exaggerating, was in a tree. He just down, 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 up, little bend. He forgot the little bend. Shing tree. Fire department, ambulance, cops, all there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Guy's in a tree. He's fine. I saw him living. He's fine. So we can laugh about it now. The Green Book started. Wet socks. That was bullet number one. Brutal day. The people at True Links, shoes, True Wear shoes, I believe they're called, were nice enough to send me a pair of their limited edition Masters shoes. They're everyday shoes. I was concerned for a while there that they were also golf shoes as well, because you cannot be the guy who wears golf shoes to a golf tournament. That's just it's a really tough look. And I thought I was honestly straddling the line, like too close to the line. But I looked at the reviews. People said they were wearing them into the office, wearing them around, getting tons of compliments on them. I understand these reviews are coming from older men, not someone in his mid 20s like myself. So I took it with a grain of salt. And I also understand people who leave reviews in general are weird people. Like, what has to happen for you to leave a review? What has to happen for you to leave a 3-star review out of five? Seriously. If you have like exceptional service at a restaurant, sure. If it's horrific, memorably bad, fine. Still kind of weird, in my humble opinion. But the people who go like 2 to 4, serial killer behavior. I looked at the forecast coming in the week. Sun, 85. My biggest concern was which type of polos am I gonna wear? Brought my B Dratty Sport. We're in sport mode. Use code McDonald20 at checkout to get yours. What a plug. Uh, we went sport mode this week, but I also brought my white True Links True Wear limited edition Masters shoes because I thought it was going to be dry. Media parking's in a church parking lot. First time I've gone to church in quite a while. Step out, I can tell it's muddy. I already like driving in. I'm like, oh, I see the tread marks. We're on grass. I'm like, what the heck did I just do? Hair's an absolute mess. And yeah, big wet puddle. Just immediately out the gate. They're not ruined, they're good. We saved them. But let's just say I was walking on the cart path today. Hopefully it dries out. There's supposed to be some rain in the forecast tonight. I think it's subsided. I haven't looked at the forecast once. I've only talked to locals. I don't like I'm pretending like I'm in a foreign country. I'm one state away. I'm like 3 seconds from the border from the state I currently live in. But just talking to them. No technology. It's a beautiful thing. Try it one time. Point number two, bathroom. Tough. I've been to my fair share of PGA Tour events. Not a ton. You guys know this. Probably about seven. We'll call this number seven. I know how it works for the most part. There's a few nuances I'm not aware of, but I wake up 4 a.m. today, bomb up to Charlotte, 3 hour drive, energy drink, some water. The body has to do what the body has to do. Number one, not number two. Number one, really had to pee. Can't check into the hotel yet. I gotta go straight to the course, obviously. Get my badge. I'm doing great. And for those of you who don't know, media center, they typically bring in a what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? A transferable, God, that is definitely not it. A movable object. What am I looking for? It's like what the movie stars, like the movie star little trailer. It's 8:45. It's late for me. So they bring in a toilet trailer pretty much. All of these have been different during my time, right? Depends on kind of the model each locale is willing to present. Some have been individual bathrooms, which are nice. Some have been multi-use, kind of 2 to 3 urinals and a couple toilets. Cool. And yeah, those have been mostly what I've run into. The multiple people in the bathroom. These were single use, pretty nice. I had to go. My eyes weren't looking at anything. There were green lights or red lights on it, which are fantastic. Green light, one on the right. Left is too close to the door. Middle, you don't want to be in the middle, obviously. It's pretty much urinal rules, but for bathrooms, I see three. I see the two on the left. They're the men's. I'm like, okay, easy enough. I go on the one to the right. Nice, huge, massive, very clean. Also, I kept it clean. Don't worry. Do my business in and out in like a minute, fully relieved, feeling great. Wash my hands, of course, soap, sing myself a happy birthday. And I walk out, there's like a woman. Don't recognize her, which is good. I don't think my badge was showing, which is also good, but I am now exposing myself. And she gives me a look. I'm like, okay, like there's like no one here right now. The media center's empty. And why do you give me this look? This is just weird. I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? A beautiful day. Yada yada yada, small talk. And she like doesn't really respond. I'm like, all right, weirdo, whatever. Lunchtime rolls around. Got to go to the bathroom again. Pretty good cadence. Only four hours. It's pretty good for I have a small bladder to begin with. Pretty solid. Was chugging water. And this time I was paying attention. I was paying attention to what the bathroom signs were reading because there's a red in there. And I'm like, okay, I can go either this one, and then I see it all the way on the right. The bathroom, which I went to in the morning. Men on the left, men in the middle, woman on the right. I went to the women's bathroom, and this this time I went to the men's. And let me tell you, not as nice, not as big. I can't stop thinking about the women's bathroom. It's like the episode of The Office. Might have to start paying people to start using that bathroom. It was terrific. Apologies to those who were offended. All right, on to the actual golf. Actually, no. Back to the media center. Been to the Wells Fargo before, TPC Potomac. Same people running it, so I know the spiel. Uh, Brutal scene as a nut boy myself. The lack of respect people who are allergic to peanuts are getting in the marketplace right now is unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's a girl less than a year ago who died because she ate a pack of cookies and they forgot to list it contained nuts. We did not learn from this. There's one source of coffee at Wells Fargo Media Center, and these guys treat us right. There's a guy there, I shit you not. He's so happy. He's the happiest man in the world. He is wearing, it got up to like 85 today. It was really hot. Shorts, sports mode polo, sweating. He just opens and closes the door. I am not kidding. Us schmucks do not deserve that. I'm like, dude, you like, stop. You don't need to open the door for me. He's like, at least in his mid 50s, at least graying a little bit for sure. He's like, oh, no, no, no. I'm like, I literally told him when I was leaving, I go, you did the most work out of anyone in the media center today. He's like, oh, no. I'm like, dead ass, son. Dead ass. Uh, I'm hoping he's not there tomorrow. Honestly, I felt horrible. And while they did give us that great perk, not me having to touch the door, which I'm capable of and willing to do, uh, the coffee has hazelnut in it. Got to go to Starbucks tomorrow. Okay. What do we got? Where I'm sitting in the media center, a little further back. I tend to get the back left a lot, which I don't know if there's not like a lot of good looking people around me. Like the main guys, who do you think? The big time reporters, the national boys, those in the ice cream business, who we'll get to in a second. They're typically middle, great angle, right by the camera, easy mic access. I'm like back left. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm gonna have to make my presence known tomorrow at some of these press conferences. I'll be going a little teaser, one-on-one with a major champion, little Q&A for CBSSports.com. Please read. Rory McIlroy speaking, Webb Simpson speaking, Max Homa, Wyndham Clark. Gonna have to gonna have to give them my all. That's why I'm in bed right now. Got to get at least 8 after an early morning. But who I am by the TGL boys, Jupiter Links Golf Club, content team. I'm right behind them. Boston Commons Golf, 2 rows behind them. Things are brewing. Things are brewing. I don't know what content they're grabbing right now, but I'm intrigued. And that's more than I can say about this league ever. Hopefully I get a hat. I'm an Atlanta Drive guy, though. You make a team of Patrick Cantlay, Justin Thomas, Billy Horschel, and Lucas Glover, I will be a fan. As for a couple other things, a couple F list golf influencers in the mix. Tours seemingly leaning heavy into. Big mistake. On to the golf. Hovland, grinding. Watched him for 15, 20 minutes. Hit maybe 2 or 3 shots. Just grinding, grinding. Looking at it. We'll get through this together. Type of feel to it. I think he's working on his loading sequence. That is my best guess. He's trying to load correctly, straighten that back right leg. Total guesswork, but that's what it looked like. Max Homa, also kind of grinding, but I think it's fine tuning. What's the difference between grinding and fine tuning? We're going to find out this week. Keep an eye on those two guys. Blackburn in the mix. Looking good, though. Cameron Young, Cy Young winner. Young Cam, just a boy from the Bronx. That guy mashes the golf ball. Does not need to be said, does not need to be stated again. It's obvious. Different sound on the range with the drive. Only hit drivers, I think. I didn't see him arrive to the range. I didn't see much of a divot pattern though. So my guess went to the training trailer, stretched out, driving range, strictly drivers, asserting his dominance. That is one way to let the world know, hey, I'm winning this golf tournament, even though he's not. Um, well, we got PGA exemptions. I wrote that down. Luke Donald in, Zach Johnson not. That's fucking hilarious. That's all I wrote. Wyndham Clark, back nine practice round with Julie. Little solo therapy session. Watch out. Could be dangerous. Never has defended a title before, though. Makes you think. Here's a good one. Justin Thomas and Keegan Bradley played a practice round together with a third member. If you can guess the third number member, I will give you a free polo from B Draddy using promo code McDonald20. You have 10 seconds. One, two, three, four. Too late. Grayson Murray. Yeah. Yeah. I think Keegan and JT were doing a little bit of a money match. Caught him early. I did catch him late too, about 4 hours later. They were just finishing nine. I wish I was kidding. Uh, Keegan from above the hole on number two. Greens still firm, new, resurfaced. Fairways wet. Soggy boy. Wet Sox McDonald here. Keegan above the hole on number two, about 20 feet. Landed at pin high, rolled 20 feet past, spun back a little bit. Leaves it short, 3 feet, 2.5. Aim points. Maybe for a substantial amount of time. Let me show you guys the picture. Let's see. Why do I have 14 notifications on Twitter right now? Who's blowing me up? God, these freaking engagement farmers. Can you see that? Oh, that looks horrible. What am I doing? There it is. Yep. About 2 minutes. Missed the putt. Hate to see it. Okay. Ricky Fowler and Gary Woodland played together. Puma Boys. Big posse following them. Big posse. Don't know why. Houses. Massive. Huge homes. Huge homes. Gonna be scrolling through Zillow a lot this week. I'll tell you that much. This one, oh God, we gotta figure this out. For sale. Honestly, not my favorite. This one, next door, pretty solid. These are on number 15, the par five. Speaking of 16, new tee box. 340-yard carry to that bunker at the top of the hill. The Green Mile. I walked it. I'll be honest with you guys. I think it's more than a mile. I do a lot of walking. 10K each day. Steps, obviously. I have a pretty good feel for what a mile is. And I don't think it's an elevation change type of deal, although there are some. I think you got to rephrase it to the green miles. Anything over one. Do I tell anyone? Do I tell Cool Hollow? Do I get an honorary membership if I do? Maybe. Okay, let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Johnson Wagner. Met him, fellow Virginia Tech Hokie. He was in a rush. I'm not gonna lie. He was walking towards me. I saw him out of the corner of my eye. We were in the kind of like player parking area. I was walking back to the media center. Saw him out of the corner of my eye. Quick, quick right turn. And I went full, let me shake your hand. Let me shake your hand. Let me shake your hand. I just said, hey, Johnson, Patrick McDonald, writer for CBS. More importantly, fellow Hokie, just wanted to introduce myself. You've been crushing it for Golf Channel. It's like, thanks, man. That's awesome. Where are you from? I'm like, oh, I live in Charleston. Talking, let's just say Wags, he's a devious dog. Devious dog says he's got a couple things up his sleeves, uh, up his sleeve, singular, for Valhalla. Wow, that camera quality just got so much better. The rest of this video sucked. Oh well. Great guy. Go Hokies. Next reel's on me, Johnson Wagner. Next, a lot of betting tents, a lot of like hospitality. ESPN, the ESPN Bet has a tent. FanDuel has a tent. Just interesting. I mean, ESPN Bet signed on. They're the betting sponsor for the PGA Championship over the next handful of years. Interesting. All right, that's all I got. That is the ground game status update number 13, ground game edition. Perfect. That's how it is. This was your status update ground game edition from the beautiful Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina for the 2024 Wells Fargo Championship. I'm your host, Patrick McDonald. No producers on the road this evening. As for what's next, I'm hanging out with a couple friends tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day with those interviews and a little work myself. So probably won't have a ground game edition number two tomorrow. Thursday, gonna watch some golf. Probably watch the Rory McIlroy group. How they did at the tee times, also asinine. 11-1 split tees. What are we doing, man? Come on. We got all day. The gates open at like at least 8, if not earlier. What are we doing, guys? Come on. Out on that. I get it. TV. Not working. Uh, and so we got gonna watch golf. Probably that Rory McIlroy, Max Homa, Tom Kim group, global superstar Tom Kim. So be on the lookout for me. I'll be scoffing like I'm looking at art. What do you think of this piece? Eh. What about that one? Eh. It's called unbiased journalism. Look it up. So that means Thursday, I'm actually driving home that night. Probably not gonna pod on the road. No offense, you guys. So that means Friday. Here's what's gonna happen. Ground game edition number two, Friday morning, comboed with the PGA Championship preview. That is how the cookie crumbles. Shout out to Bruce Almighty. And I think that's a plan. So that's going to do it for this episode. Status update number 13, ground game edition number one from the 2024 and the final Wells Fargo Championship. I was your host of the status update ground game, Patrick McDonald. You guys have a good night, you knuckleheads.